Always been an accurate guy, even.
Shedeur Sanders is a talented quarterback.
I think they look at Shedeur as a long-term solution.
The actions of Shedeur Sanders at camp have left the Browns coaches in complete awe. This isn't your normal rookie nonsense, however. With 9 touchdowns and a 77% completion rate, the 5th-round pick is currently in the lead in the quarterback room. Cleveland believed that a backup was on the way. As it happens, they may have drafted their franchise safe
in the job. I don't think he's great, but I think he's accurate. He moves well enough.
The story coming out of Browns camp was not supposed to be about Shedeur Sanders. He was selected in the 5th round. Total of 144. Most people assumed that a man like Dillon Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, or Joe Flacco would sit quietly behind them. The stunning thing is that he was not invited to the recent March NFL Combine. Even the coaches, who were completely unprepared for this, are now talking about him all the time in Cleveland.
Working out down in Miami, and you seen this and you highlighted that his throws look crisp.
It was during a routine move-the-ball exercise in minicamp that everything changed. Sanders retreated and hit rookie receiver Gage Larvadain with a 40-yard bomb down the field. Tight coverage and perfect throw on time. In fact, the coaches gave a clap. It's a unique moment to see. Sanders did too. This wasn't simply a rookie learning the ropes. As demonstrated by that one throw, this quarterback had the ability to demand actual reps.
And start developing a relationship. If I'm the Browns, I either keep Joe Flacco.
Joe. Additionally, it took more than one throw. He's posted insane numbers in camp. Out of 53 passes, 41 were completed by him. That's 77%. He only made 1 interception while throwing 9 touchdowns. He scored 2 points and went 10 of 12 on the first day. He tore it up on the second day. 9 touchdowns and 41 completions. By the way, none of this was accomplished by taking any first-team reps. He is using the second and third string players for this. In the meantime, Flacco, Pickett, and Gabriel are all trailing him in touchdowns and accuracy. Sanders is improving his performance while doing more with less.
What that kid look like in practice? You've seen his work ethic. Everything you heard about him is not true.
Head coach Kevin Stefanski kept it professional, but you could tell he was impressed. He's in there early getting his work done. I like everything there is about Shedeur. One assistant coach didn't even hold back and said in 15 years of coaching, he's never seen anything like it. And then there's Myles Garrett, the Browns captain and all-pro, who said he loves being around Shedeur because he's always positive, always focused, always smiling. That kind of praise from a veteran like Garrett, that's huge. When guys like him start backing you, the locker room pays attention.
He's a guy that's going to be judged by just his play. I think they're going to want to see whether or not that ego that people were talking about is something that they're going to have to concern themselves with. And unfortunately, I think they're going to test him. And that's why I think he's going to be prevented from starting week 1. Not because he won't deserve it. I just think they're going to test him.
However, it's not just about the big plays or the numbers. The coaches are truly astounded by this child's intelligence. His ability to see a new play on the whiteboard in the morning, practice it once, and then execute it flawlessly in a real drill that afternoon is said to be superior. It's not common. It takes most novices days to process. It takes Shedeur hours to complete. He reads defenses like a vet, makes judgments quickly, and maintains composure under duress. The coaches were hoping to create a project over the course of a year or two. They were given a quarterback who is already displaying potential. We must also remember his origins. Shedeur was fired more than 90 times in 2 seasons at Colorado. Still finished 71% of his passes during his time in college. 74% did so last year in spite of all the pressure. He is currently dealing with backup linemen in camp in Cleveland while continuing to toss darts. This goes beyond talent. This is leadership, accuracy, and toughness.
Quarterbacks that you have mentioned that needs a lot around him to elevate his team.
The Browns have a quarterback room that's wide open. Flacco has experience, sure, but he's 40. Pickett has started games, but he hasn't impressed much. Gabriel's got speed, but not the same level of command. And then there's Shedeur, a rookie, who wasn't even supposed to be part of this conversation, outplaying them all in camp. That's what has everyone stunned. No one saw this coming. Not this fast.
He seems way more focused and like, I'm here, and I ain't here to be nobody's backup.
All even better is that Shedeur isn't bragging. He's not calling out the haters or acting cocky. He's just showing up early, staying humble, doing the work, and letting his game speak for itself. He even said he's not worried about proving anyone wrong when he just wants to prove himself right. That's the mindset of someone who gets it, who's here for the long haul. If the story keep you hooked, make sure to subscribe to the channel to get more updates.
As a long-term solution.
To be honest, how could the Browns coaches not be in shock? Shedeur Sanders transformed from a modest fifth-round selection to a strong candidate for the starting position in a matter of weeks. The rest of the quarterback room is now watching. The player that some people neglected on selection night. The Browns may be left with no other option if he continues to act in this manner during training camp with the first-team reps. They might have discovered their future already. He also sports the number DRA. Look, being trapped in Shedeur Sanders' arm is simple. The 40-yard ropes, the zip, and the deep balls. It's all enjoyable. However, it's not what's coming out of his hand that's truly blowing the Browns' minds. That's what's happening in his mind.
And he's the best quarterback.
This kid is different. And not just NFL athlete different, mentally different. Coaches say he's processing defenses like a veteran. He's not checking down to a running back just because he panicked. He's skipping that step entirely and throwing into tight windows that some rookies won't even look at. He sees coverages unfold, manipulates safeties with his eyes, and somehow knows exactly where the ball needs to go before the ball is even snapped. And when he gets it there, it's on time, on target, and with a whole lot of confidence.
Back in there, that's a rookie. You got to be sure that he's your guy.
Stephen A. Smith lost his temper and yelled what roughly half of the internet was already considering. Potential is no longer the focus of this discussion. It has to do with production. Oh, and there are a ton of receipts. Twitter has become a highlight reel for the schedule. Videos of TikTokers throwing to Travis Scott beats have been fan-edited. Reddit is referring to him as the 2025 draft steal and contrasting his effectiveness with that of Justin Herbert in his debut year. It was a quick shift. He was only Diane's son for a week. He is now the starting quarterback for Cleveland in every fantasy football. This is where it becomes awkward though, the politics of the QB room. Because the remainder of the depth chart isn't exactly motionless. When Shedeur is surging, the pressure is getting to them.
At minimum, Shedeur Sanders probably should have been a second-round pick. I don't see any scenario to where his talent shows you that he's third, fourth, fifth-round pick.
And now the bombshell. Shedeur is taking first-team reps. Not a gimmick, not a let's see what he looks like. A real chance to lead the offense. Internally, staff are whispering what fans are screaming. We didn't expect this, but now we have to deal with it. So now comes the real test. Training camp. No more second-team defenses. No more soft looks. If Shedeur keeps making these throws, keeps winning these reps, keeps winning over the locker room, this quarterback battle could be over before week 1 even kicks off. And this is where it gets real for Stefanski and GM Andrew Berry. They have a decision to make. Stick with the safe but uninspiring veterans or roll with the guy who's making the whole building buzz. On one side, you have the known floor. On the other, you have Shedeur Sanders, a kid who might just flip the entire future of the franchise on its head.
Is the ultimate meritocracy. Shedeur Sanders has more ability than any of those other quarterbacks in that room.
The locker room already feels it. Veterans are rallying around him. Teammates are speaking up. Coaches are watching every snap now like it means something. and it does. This is no longer about potential. This is about who owns the huddle when the lights come on, who the players trust, who gives the team the best shot to win.
When it comes to him, it's not just about football, and the draft situation proved.
Here's the best part. Shedeur Sanders has officially broken out of his dad's shadow. He's not just Deion's kid anymore. He's his own name, his own story, his own leader. He's a student of the game, a calm presence in chaos, a quarterback who didn't chase the spotlight. He worked so hard the spotlight chased him. The Browns have been waiting for a quarterback who brings both hope and results. And maybe they've already found him in the 5th round, wearing number 2, running the huddle like it's already his. If this rise keeps up, this isn't just a rookie surprise. It's the beginning of a legacy. And for the first time in a long time, Browns fans aren't just hoping for something real. They're watching it happen. Like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated about